So I don't know if you have seen the busted canvas projects. Some people do them with beautiful napkins. Some people use craft paper or scrapbook paper. You could print your own designs out. I'm going to do a Christmas themed one, and I was fairly limited on what I had to work with because I took my nap. I didn't have time to print anything out. But I think my papers are going to look cute together. So that's what we're going to work on tonight. Hey, Delonda. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started. I'm going to go ahead and add my overhead camera to the stage. And so when you're doing a busted canvas, and this is my first time, so I'm no expert at it, but you're going to want to use 3 things that coordinate. And I was going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And I decided on a Christmas theme and these cute little Christmas ornaments, and then just this kind of bright green. It goes with this green here, so they're kind of the same color. And then this is a red piece of well, it's not cardstock, paper. And I don't know, can you see that it has kind of a glossy finish with swirlies in it? Those are the 3 I'm going to use today. And you could use this type of project for any special event, just for decoration around your home. But, you know, we were talking about that crafting has become very technology driven, and we produce these really nice projects. Well, tonight, this is going to be an old-fashioned cut, paste, paint paper project. And I don't do paper projects, very, very seldom. So I'm a little excited about it, a little bit nervous about it. I also thought that, I kind of thought these 3 went well together, but I thought that this would be a great project to do with your kids or your grandkids, maybe for their first day of school shot, or, you know, school pictures will be right around the corner. They could pick out some school themed papers and they could make one of these with your help for that school picture. There's so many things you could do with this. So tonight's just a taste of it. But I found some really super cute school papers that I had, and it made me wish I had a kid in school. But I don't. So the other thing you'll need is a canvas. And so I'm going to use, let me change this real quick. I'm going to use this canvas, and I think it's a 10 by 10. Because I'm using scrapbook paper that's 12 by 12, and my scrapbook paper has to cover the top of this, it'll be fine. If you are using something to print out and you have a regular, if you have a regular 8.5 by 11 printer, then you could use one of these 8 by 10 canvases. It's just the perspective would be a little different. You can also get 8 by 8 canvases. And so you could use a regular printer for that too. All right, let's see. I am actually using paper. Now this one is thick paper. So we'll see how this goes, because they say that the thinner your paper, or you might use beautiful napkins, the thinner, the easier it is to do. But I thought these went together really well. So I'm just gonna tough it out. And then you want some type of centerpiece in your busted canvas. Now that centerpiece might be the beautiful, I'm having a hard time talking tonight. The centerpiece might be a beautiful thing on your napkin. It may not be anything that's separate. You might set up an image to print, something focal in the middle with an offset and images around it, or a pattern around it. But I just realized the picture of me is really small and I'm trying to show you things. But this is going to be my centerpiece today on my busted canvas. And I know I haven't really said what it is yet. I don't even know how to explain it, so we're just going to dig in. Let's see what Jolanda say. I don't really do many paper projects because I don't know what to do with them when I finish. Yes, and this is something, like I was saying earlier, hey Judy, we talk about so many of the things we make now look so professional. This doesn't. This is just a crafty, cute, fun little project that you're just going to probably hang up for Christmas and then get rid of. Or you're going to put your kid's first day of school picture in it, hang it up for the year in their bedroom. And so this one isn't that super elegant project, but I think it's going to be really cute. And I think it'd be great to do with kids. There is a part where if you're doing it with kids, you're going to want to help them. But for the most part, they can paint, they can glue, but there's a part where you have to cut it that they might need some help with. And depending upon whether you use a knife blade or scissors, if using a knife blade, you'll definitely want to help them with it. Hey, Spilling the Diversity. Hey, Karen D. Hi, Adelaida. Hey, Crafting Vibes with Kate and Kay. Hey, Latricia. Yeah, and I'm not a paper project person. I never got into making cards. I kind of would like to, as far as the cards go, but I just haven't. Not yet. All right, did I miss anyone? I think that got everyone. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We are just going to, hopefully that means your husband's doing well. We're going to go ahead and jump into it. And so this is just a piece of craft board. I saw one person that they used one of these hollow, I guess the inside's hollow for the front, and then you do cover the back, and instead of covering it with a piece of craft paper or cardstock, they actually used a flat canvas board. I didn't like the way it looked from the side, so I wanted to go with something with a smaller profile. So we'll see how this looks. Hi, Meredith. You bought everything for cards and still haven't done them yet. That's the story of my life. Okay, let's go ahead and make these even sizes. So I'm not going to use the 8.5 or the 8 by 10, but I just wanted to show you that I saw one person use this size. And so that could be an option. Hopefully I remember to do this all correctly. Okay, now I brought a paper plate up here. And when I spilt my whole glass of water, I probably threw it. But I brought a paper plate up here to be able to paint on. And now I don't see it. That is a shame. Okay, so the busted canvas. Let me think about this. What we're going to do is we are going to have the first two pieces of paper are just like the decoration paper. They're not the background for your item. So with me, the background for my item is going to be this red piece of paper. I'm going to put this Christmas tree on it. I'm going to take the little tassel off, or whatever you want to call that, and I'm going to paint this. So that will be my centerpiece or my focal piece of my busted canvas. Hey, Tionda. Hi, Twyla. Okay, then the other thing is you're going to put, let me make this big again. You are going to put one piece of paper on front. We're going to trim it down, and I'm actually going to paint the sides. Then I'm going to cut a piece of paper that fits inside this. I don't even want to explain it because it's just so complex to explain. But when we cut it and we're going to roll some things back, you're going to see some of this too. Let's just jump in and get started. Just jump in and get started. Now, I do want to start with the pieces that I'm going to glue that I need to dry so that they can be drying while we're going. But I need to grab some paper so I don't get paint all over my table. So has anyone tried the busted canvas? Has anyone even seen the busted canvas? Let me know in the chat. I'm still looking around here for my paper plate. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the edges of this canvas board. Now, I didn't see, what I saw was people putting ribbon around them or leaving them, but I don't want to glue ribbon to the side of my canvas. I'm kind of a minimalist. Okay, you haven't heard of them, haven't heard, never heard, no. Hey, Damps. First time of hearing it, never heard of it. Thanks, Robin. I'm getting a little nervous here because I don't know how to explain things. Shay, I did not make this up. I'm not that creative. Okay, so I wanted to find a paint that somewhat matched this. And because chalk paint dries really quickly, that's what I'm going to use for the outside of my canvas. Hey, Martin Jones. Thanks, Elba. So for now, we are just going to sit here and kind of chat while we paint the outside of this canvas. And I feel like it would be really quick if I used one of these little foam brushes. I rinse these out and I reuse them. You can see I have paint all over this one. You don't have to throw it away. You can reuse it if you're using, paints that clean up with water. And that's almost all I use. I rarely use anything that's oil-based. Thanks, Rachel. I appreciate it. And actually, I think what's going to take a little longer than this to dry is the glue on the papers. But I can't really, I don't want to glue paper down this to this until I have the edge of it painted. So, just going to paint away here. And I'm going to just barely bring it to the top just in case when I'm finished with this, the paper leaves a little gap where the board kind of curves over. So I want it just barely on the top. I don't need a lot, don't need to waste the paint. But I do want to have green there just in case there is a tiny little gap. If I don't cut that paper just perfectly. And I probably won't. Yeah. Susan, did you look it up? Okay, yeah, I see. You looked it up on Pinterest. Yes, it is hard to explain. It was hard for me to even understand until I watched 2 or 3 videos. Hey, Tarika. Yeah, so check out Busted Canvas. You'll see some really pretty ones. Mine's going to look like a kindergartner did it compared to some of them that you'll probably see. But I think it's going to be cute. And for my first one, I just wanted to try something simple. I was a little bit disappointed with the choice of my papers, or not the choice, with the selection papers I had to use, because I live an hour from Hobby Lobby or Michael's or Joann's, and so where I live, you either have to buy it off of Amazon or plan ahead. But I think the papers I have, they'll be cute. Okay, so that's it for that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we are going to glue this piece of paper to the top of my canvas. And so I'm going to use Mod Podge. And I really love to buy the Mod Podge in the little containers, because that way, if you don't use Mod Podge a whole lot, and I don't use it all that often, they look kind of crazy, don't they? Hi, Karen. Hi, Denise. But looked up very nice. Let's hope mine turns out very nice. But I do like to buy the Mod Podge in the little bottles because it's hard for me to use up a whole jar. And so I think I have one little bottle that's almost empty and two more full ones. And I believe I got those at the Dollar Tree store. You have a big jar and it's still closed. Okay, so, I don't really know if this is the best way to do this, but it's kind of how I just approach things. And that's just, are you, whatever, stuck shut, clogged, whatever word I'm trying to think of? You sure are. Okay, give me just a second. Thank goodness for paper towels. See, get that little clog out of there. Yick. Okay, just do it with my fingers. You have all the supplies for it. I know, it's really nice that it's basic supplies. That's the really great part. Okay, so I'm just gonna, hope you can see this. I'm just gonna squeeze a bunch on here. And I like the fact that in these little jars, except for the part that, was on top and closed it up, you don't have to use it as fast. And so it may not get as old and thick. Because that's one thing that I found when I was using the bigger jars. By the time I got down to halfway through it, it was getting kind of thick. Now I have a feeling I'm probably using too much. I've got globs in there. Again, I kind of paint and glue like a kindergarten student. Which is the reason probably why I don't do a lot of painting and cards and things like that. Did you guys have art in grade school? We had finger painting. So I didn't go to kindergarten. We lived out in the country, kind of remote area until I turned 6. And so the little country school that my older brother and sisters went to did not have a kindergarten. And so first grade, went to this school in the new town we lived in, and my mom made me this apron for my art class, and we did finger painting, and it was so much fun. I loved it. So I'm just going to set this down, and hopefully I have enough glue on there. Hopefully, because we are going to cut this back in a little bit. So if I don't, it's going to start separating from my canvas. Okay, I'm going to flip this over on the table, and I'm going to try to squish it down. And I really am worried. I feel like I might not have had enough glue on there. But we'll see. We're going to learn tonight. Hey, Jessie. Hi. Where'd she go, Tracy? I thought I saw you on there. Hey, Merlinda. So for those of you coming in, we are doing what's called a busted canvas. And it's a crazy looking thing, but it looks like, got air bubbles. It looks like it would be a really fun project to do with kids. And with kids, well, with me too, but with kids, I sometimes found it hard to do projects with my kids because, of course, I wanted them to look like, well, I'm a little bit OCD. Over time, I've realized just let them have fun with their art. It may not turn out perfect, but they are going to be so proud of it. And if you see something that isn't going to work, guide them through it. And it doesn't have to look as perfect as what we would do. Not me, because this is not going to be perfect. But I have that. Hopefully that is glued down enough. I'm going to press on it from the inside again. And then I'm going to glue another piece of paper to this inside. Never heard of it. I just heard of it a couple days ago, Tracy. And I've watched a few videos, not a ton. And trying my hand out at it tonight. Okay, let me see where my trash can is and get rid of the excess stuff. Okay, so the next step, and I probably should have painted further around because the back isn't going to cover all the way, so I may touch up that paint a little bit, or I might not. We'll see. So the next step is to cut a piece of paper for the inside. And for my inside, I think I just did it backwards to the way I wanted it. It'll be fine. For my inside, I'm going to use this. Yes, I'm pretty sure no, this is right. Okay. Ugh. So I'm going to fit this down inside and cut it down to size. The whole thing's not going to show. Parts and pieces, after we bust our canvas, are going to show through the front. But because the whole thing's not going to show, I'm not too concerned if it's not cut perfectly straight. Now, you know, if I'm doing this on a video, or if I'm doing it, I'm not live and feeling pressured because I put pressure on myself, then I probably would use my rotary blade and my ruler and all that. But for purposes of tonight, we just want to get this done for the first time to see how it turns out. Your granddaughter loves it when you craft with her. When she visits, it's your quality time together. I have a feeling that grandparents and grandchildren have more fun crafting than parents and their children. I don't know if that's right, but I have a feeling. And it might have just been me that was being too picky with my kids, trying to get them to do everything just so, when it really didn't matter. They were just having fun. And I mean, it wasn't so bad that I ruined them from wanting to do art. My daughter's a huge drawer. Even, I don't know how old she is, 26 or something like that. She does a ton of art on her computer. She does a lot of digital art. And at one time she even did it where she was doing commissioned items. She was on a website where she would do that. And, you know, made some money doing that. Okay. We're almost there. We're getting there. Okay, I think I can make this work. So now the next step, you can either cut that down to size, but I'm going to wait until I get this in so it can be drying. But the next step is, and this is double-sided paper, so that's why it's green on the back. The next step is to glue this into place. And I think I'm going to try to use a little more glue than I did last time. So I'm going to put glue on the paper and glue. Kristen, today's your birthday? You had to make your granddaughter the 4x4 pouch with her name on it. Aw, she calls it her little pocket. Cute. I'm not sure it's still guilt-free. Kristen, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Okay, so we're going to put a little bit. Woo, I said a little bit, not that much. We're going to put a little bit of glue on this, or a lot of glue on this. I'm not going to let this glue get all the way to the edges because I'm relying on this butcher paper behind it to keep my table clean. That was a lot. A lot. Okay, so we're just going to kind of smush this around, making sure that all of it, with the exception of the outside edges, has glue on it. And then let's pull this over, and we're going to add some more glue to the inside of this. Sorry about that. Okay, some more glue. I can feel something blocking it. And then we're just going to wipe this around as well. I will say it's a whole lot easier putting it on the paper than this backside. This backside isn't coated like the front side, and so it's like it's just soaking up the glue. And then, of course, because Shay Shay's doing the birthday dance. Because it's interesting, Delana, that's for sure. Because I didn't get glue on the outside of my paper, I'm going to put some extra glue around the perimeter of this, and I got it on the wood as well. On accident. I know there's more glue in there. Come on in. How fast does the glue dry? Naomi, I don't know. I wanted to start with this part so that it could be drying, so that I'm not on here forever, because, you know, boring. So we'll see. We may have it mostly dry and keep going in a little bit, but I have some other things I still have to do. So the centerpiece of my design, or my busted canvas, is a Christmas tree, and I need to paint it yet. Okay, so we're going to take our paper and put it down in the center. Now, probably a patterned paper that does not have a certain direction, like this one. Ooh, come on back up. This one has a certain direction, the way it should go. And I think a patterned paper that doesn't have a direction would probably work better. I thought I could get that to go under the edges of the wood, but with the glue on it, it doesn't want to. It's not going to matter, because when we bust our canvas, we're not going to cut all the way back to this edge. And I know you don't know what I'm talking about if you haven't seen this, but we'll be there in just a little bit. Okay, so hopefully without scratching this, I get it secured down, and actually I'm pushing that paper under the frame. Okay, I think I did better on this piece of paper than the first piece of paper. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Unbiased. Alrighty, so let me just set this aside, and I'm putting it in my water jar because I don't want to just throw that foam brush away. Okay, so now we need to cut away the excess paper. And if you want to, you can cut your paper to size before you glue it down if you don't want to have to cut it down later. But I wanted to be able to take a razor blade and just cut it down. And I'm really nervous about some bubbles in this. So we're just going to see how that comes out. And I'm not sneaking off all the way. I'm coming back. That is way too big. Okay, so let me get a different cutting mat out. Now we're just going to trim all four sides of the excess paper away. And hopefully this blade is sharp enough. This looks pretty gross. like it has junk on it. But we're going to try to make it work. You're definitely going to try it. Well, I'm happy you are. I hope you post what yours ends up looking like. Hey, Busy Making Pretty Things. Naomi, the puppies are doing well. Kristen, it's something. It is something. We hope it turns out nice. Okay, so I'm going to cut away the excess paper. I don't know that this is the best way to do it because I have to angle it. And that doesn't seem to work too well. So I'm going to go ahead and get my rotary cutter out and try that instead. That doesn't want to work too well either. Okay, I am going to recommend that you cut your paper down before you do this because trying to cut straight down, you have things that are in the way. And so we're just going to use scissors. But I have a feeling if I would have cut it down this size first, checked it to make sure that it was the right size, that would have been better than the way I did it. I thought it was saving time. And now I don't think so. And I don't think my paper is going to be as straight and nice looking as if I would have pre-cut it or if I could have gotten this up to the edge. It doesn't look bad though. It looks better than I thought it would. But it really needs to be closer. It needs to be cut closer. You know, hope for the best. That didn't cut all the way through. Oh my gosh, I just cut on the side of my canvas. Okay, so tip number 1, pre-cut your paper. I kind of gouged my canvas right there. And I'm probably going to put a little Mod Podge on the edge to try to smooth that down. I really don't like at all how that turned out. But it's too late now, so we're going to keep going. And so when I do my video, if I do a video on this, you're not going to see me do it this way. You're going to see me do it with pre-cut paper. Oh, well, that one turned out much better. That one turned out nice, except for this right here. But I still think I will pre-cut my paper. And so, you know when I painted my edges and I said I wanted a little green to go up on the top in case there was a slight gap? And there is a little gap, so I'm glad I did that. I'm not happy about this air bubble, but it is what it is. Hey, Nicole, I do need a new blade in this. It's disgusting. And I don't know if it stores inside or I don't know where my other blades are. Okay, now that I'm getting the hang of this, it's not too bad to do it this way, but I'm not going to do it this way. On my next one, I'm going to pre-cut it. And my paper's coming away, so I need more glue. Hopefully this is the worst thing that happens in this project. Hopefully it's smooth sailing from here on. Okay, let's put this up so I don't cut myself. We don't need more blood on a live video. And yes, I did say more blood because I don't know if you were on here when I cut myself a while back, but I did. Okay, so we are going to fix this up with some more Mod Podge on the edges. And I hate that I gouged into that, but it is what it is. Hey, Gail. Thanks, Juanita. Okay, thank you, Geneva. And hey, Gail Designs. Hi, D. Smith. Okay, so I am going to brush a little bit of the Mod Podge around the edges where I see that it really didn't come in great contact, which is quite a bit of places. And I'm going to have my hands all up in this. So here in a few minutes, I'll probably run down the hall, wash my hands, hey DB, and fix myself up. Okay, so I'm just trying to jam some of that down in there. And then work my edge around so it's nice and smooth. We may not do that on the whole thing. We'll see. I don't want to keep you on here too long. Your daughter, she'll do something where she can't find something, so buys another one. Probably finds it later. I try not to do that, but it happens. It does happen. Let's get this cup out here. Hey, Terry Hunt. So, this weekend, you guys have any fun plans? Is anyone going to be in the Craftabling session Saturday? If so, I did get my link. I think I got it today, or maybe it was yesterday, for the Craftabling session. That is Patrice's rhinestone boxes that she has on subscription basis. And if you are participating in that, the email said it starts at 3 p.m. and that'll be Eastern time. So 2 p.m. my time, and I am super excited. I've already eaten the cookie. I can at least burn the candle during it. Okay, what do I have done? 3 sides, 1 to go. Oh, Dee, thanks for being in the bushes. Hi, Rondria. So Monique, you'll be there. Awesome. Vera will be there. I might have missed somebody up there. Uh-oh. Shay, you might miss it. I had to miss it last month. Hey, Stacy. Stacy Collins. Naomi, I ate that cookie fast. And I had one for Tim. And I actually gave him his. And he is going camping this weekend. So I told him I have the bling along. I couldn't go camping. And I was so sad. So sad. Hopefully Tim's not watching this. Okay, you got your link today, Twyla. That's probably when I got mine too. Okay, so this is ready to start drying. So what it should look like is a pretty piece of paper on top, some type of coordinating paper on the bottom. That's what we have so far. I'm going to set it aside. I'm just going to set it over here on the top edge of the trash can. And I'm just going to keep going. My hands are fine. Now, the next step is, well, there's 2 more steps. I can either go ahead and glue, oops, let me get that off. Oh, did I see Eve come in? Hey, Eve! I can either glue my paper, and again, this has, there we go. You can see them now. It has some type of glue or something in swirly patterns that shows. It's hard to see on camera. But I'm going to glue this to a piece of craft board. So this is pretty thick. You could use this. You could use a piece of wood. Like I said earlier, I saw one lady who used one of the flat canvas boards, but I didn't like how it looked from the side because you saw a thick second canvas board on top of the main canvas board from the side. So she got some red felt ribbon and she wrapped around hers with that felt ribbon. But I just don't want that much. I don't want that much on mine. Okay, so I'm cutting this down to the same size as this little backer board. And then I'm going to glue this together. And I wish I could use my spray glue in here because I would just spray glue this down. But one more time with this Mod Podge. And then we're done with it. I don't have a link for the paper unbiased. This has been in my paper stash for a very, very long time. So I really don't. But the nice thing about this project is, you can do it for Christmas, you could do it for Thanksgiving, you could do it for the first day of school picture. You can do it for anything. To me, it is just a fun, cute little thing. It's not going to be, you know, something that you leave sitting around probably for years. It's just not that, I don't know. It's not that quality. It's not that quality of a thing that you're going to leave sitting around your house for a long time. But if you do this with your kids or your grandkids and there's some special occasion, leave it up for that special occasion and then you can get rid of it. Or if you're like me, when my kids made Christmas things, I'd pack them away in my Christmas totes and I'd pull those homemade things out year after year. I still have a lot of them and my kids are like 26 and 28. Okay, so this one doesn't have to be as perfect as the other two as far as staying down. Really, this backer board is just to give it some structure. The other two need to be adhered down really nicely to what they are stuck to. Eve, I'm glad you're feeling better. Hi, Annette. Okay, so here's our pieces, and it's still not going to make a lot of sense, but we have the front covered with a nice piece of paper. I painted the sides to somewhat coordinate or match it. We have another piece of paper glued inside the bottom. And the last thing that I want to do is go ahead and paint just a little bit more of that green paint on the back. Not that it would matter. No, I don't think I will. I don't think I will for this life. But next time when I do this, unless I have a piece that's big enough to cover the whole thing, which my craft board isn't, I would paint more of the back the same color as the sides, if I paint the sides again. Okay, so we're going to let this dry. And now we're going to go ahead and get our Christmas tree ready. And so this has a tag on it that to me, and look at the stuff all over my hands, this looks like it came from Michael's. Doesn't this look like a Michael's tag to you guys? I think it is. And I'm sure I got it last year, if not the year before. I didn't get it this year. So we are going to take off as much, whoops, we're going to take off as much of this twine as we can because I don't want it humped up there. Now you could even use, there we go, you could even use something you cut out of cardstock with your Cricut or your Romeo or your Juliet or your Silhouette. You could cut something out with cardstock, maybe cut 2 or 3 of them and glue them together to give them a little bit of thickness. And then you could use like those pop-up things where it's up off the back of your busted canvas. You can use whatever you want in the middle. And I think I said earlier, some lady that I saw, she was using napkins and she had a pretty part of the napkin that was her focal point. But I wanted some dimension. So I decided to use this tree that I'd gotten some time ago. I'm going to paint this probably 4 colors. I'm going to paint the base brown. I think I might do 2 different colors, or maybe I'll try to do just an ombre of greens in the center. And then for the star, I have a metallic paint. So I think I'll start with the body of it because that's going to be the messiest. I've used all 4 brushes I brought in here. So let me grab one more just right over here, and then we'll start in on that. And this might get kind of crazy looking. I don't know. If it looks crazy, I'll just paint over it again. But just like last time, you can see this is a brush, a sponge brush that I've used before. I just wash them out and keep using them. Because I just don't feel like you need to throw them away after just one use. Okay, I don't know how this is going to turn out, but we're going to experiment with it. Let's see. Let's start with dark in the middle. I'm just going to put different lines of paint on here because I like to, oh, this one hasn't been opened. I like to have a little bit of variety in the paint. I don't want it necessarily just to be, I don't want it to be necessarily just a flat paint. And apparently I haven't opened this one before. So Naomi, I got my rib fabric. All my fabric's black. I got black. It wasn't quite fleece. It was called sport something. So it's kind of a thin, stretchy, fleecy type thing. And then I got the ribbed fabric for the cuffs. Not cuffs, but whatever you want to call those things. And then I'm going to put a little bit of a lighter green at the top and the bottom. And we're just going to paint these things back and forth and see what we get. Just go see what we get. It may turn to one color of green. I don't know. But let's bring this down a little bit. I'm just going to start painting back and forth. And then I'm going to start moving my brush so that I get a mixture of greens. Again, I don't want just one solid green. I want it to have a little bit of variety of color. And I'm actually, oh no, I liked it before I did that. I'm actually liking how it looks, except that now it's almost one solid color because I went too many times. So I'm going to add some dark on top after I get these little grooves painted. And the paint's all over the side of it. Let me go ahead and kind of smooth out some of the side. Doesn't look too bad. Something stuck down in there. Okay, here's what we have so far. But look, I made it one solid color. I was trying to have a little bit of a variety of color. It's not exactly a flat color, but it's too close. It's too close for my liking. So I'm going to put a little bit of paint in the middle again. And see if I can't do a little bit better. And thank you guys again for being here. Okay, it's not exactly the look I was going for, but I do like that it has a little bit of streakiness. So it's not just flat green. So we have that part done. Let's see if I can't use the same brush. I'm not going to be able to use the same brush for the yellow. One more brush. Hopefully I like the color of this gold with the green. I'm not sure if it'll look good, but we'll try it. Oh, Naomi, you're going to have a whole week with them. How old are the grandkids? Maybe they would like crafting. All right, so we're just going to get some of this. Yeah, that needs stirred up. Get some of this gold paint out. Painting skills. I have mad painting skills, Eve. Almost non-existent painting skills. Stacy, you got your We Create. It's really mostly put together. You're going to add, if you want the wireless, I think I had to add a thing to the back of it. I added on the air purifier. There were a few things that plugged into the back, but it's a very fast process. I think the companies are doing a nice job of, not having to do too much. So I'm going to have to put brown or something under that, because that will never cover up. It will never cover up what I need it to cover up. Yeah. So we'll start with a coat of brown. And then we'll try to lighten it up with the gold paint. So an 8 and a 10-year-old might like to do busted canvas. Now I don't know where to hold on. Everything's going to be wet. Okay, let's get those sides brown. This is not a perfect project. Perfect is overrated, isn't that, Delonda? Have you said that before? Or perfection? Okay, so far that's what I have. Now we're going to try to get a little bit of gold on that star. I paint so seldomly that all these paints are just really, the texture is not so good. Okay, let's try to get some shine on this. Okay, that'll work well enough. We'll do a couple of coats. Ugh. I think I probably should have waited for the brown to dry. A little more on there now. We'll see if it doesn't get gold enough. It doesn't have to be bright gold. But I want it to look different than the tree and different than the base. Okay, we're gonna stop right there, let it dry, and see how it looks after it dries. I think it'll be fine. Oh, the star's out of the camera. I'm so sorry. There we go. So I'll probably add a little bit more to it later, even if it's after I glue it onto my project. Okay, so here's the tree. Need to wait for it to dry, and I know I'm going to put more gold on that because it's just not very pretty yet. And then Let's see if we can't bust a canvas now. I think I need to make room on my table. Get rid of this. I'm sorry, Tracy. So there it is. We're going to set it aside to dry. Use the hoop today. Rarely use it now that I know how to hoop. So are you mean old-fashioned hoop versus like the magnetic hoop, Shay Shay? Glitter would be nice on that banana. I may have to do that. Yeah, busting time. Okay. Gotta remember how to do this. So when it's time to bust, I need to have something under it to protect my table. I think I have another one of these. I have so many of these. And so you can do as many slits as you want. Now, if nobody has seen this, you don't know what I'm talking about yet. And excuse my hands. But, okay. Pray that this doesn't just like rip on me. Because if it rips on me, the life's over. Been in my third painting since I got my MS Anchor Make. Oh, printing! You're 3D printing! Awesome, Carol! Okay, so we're going to... I'm very nervous. Hopefully I'm doing this right. We are going to make some slits. And that's the busting part. Please don't rip on me. Please be dry enough that you're not going to rip on me. Okay, let's see if that cut all the way through. It did not. With this, oh, my paper started to rip. With this, you have the thickness of 2 pieces of paper, and one of my papers are really thick, and the canvas. And so I saw somebody say that you don't have to necessarily do it with one of these. Okay, it's ripping all the way through now. That some people will put a circle in the middle and then just cut with scissors. And that might be easier. Again, this is my first time to ever do this. Okay, I feel like that. Yep, that went all the way through. So we're going to keep going. How many pieces do I want? Do I want 6 or 8? Those would be really little. I think I'll do 6, like a piece of pie. Well, my pie, because I like big pieces of pie. We're going to do 6 of those rips. So now I'm going to go from corner to corner. And I think I'll just try to get it all the way through this side first. And I'm ripping a little bit of the paper because I didn't let it dry all the way. Okay, let's see if that went through. Almost. I can see right here it's not all the way through. Getting close. Just going to cut it the rest of the way through right there. Okay, so I'm getting all the way through. I don't know how far I need to be ripping yet, but I don't want to over rip or overcut. So I'm going to be conservative with my cuts for now. I feel like these might be cuter if I would have done 8, but too late. Okay. Okay, I definitely need to make those bigger. Now I am the camera, hopefully. Oh. It's kind of a mess. It's going to be really cute, though. Really, really cute. Hopefully. Okay, so I have those made. I don't know that you can see, but I have one piece there, one piece here, and one piece right here. So we're going to do the same thing on this other side. Now this is where, if I wasn't in a live, I'd just fast forward through the video so that you don't have to sit here and watch me do 3 more cuts. Okay, that feels like I went through except for down here at the tip. And one more. Yeah, I do like the vintage look of the paper, Kristen. Should I change up and do another cut over here? No, I should keep it uniform. So after this cut, we start rolling these pieces back this way. So, yeah, I think I'm going to have to cut more because that's not going to roll back far enough. Oops, I'm ripping the paper again. Not only is the paper going to look vintage, it's going to look like this thing is sat in an attic for years by the time I get done with it. Oh, I'm not just cutting now. Okay, that is definitely easier. I think that one's far enough. Let's go a little further with this one. So these 2 pieces of paper are just kind of the extra icing on the cake for decoration. Kind of crazy looking. Eventually, this red piece that I still need to cut down will go under it. And now we start rolling these back. And now is when I need a glue gun. And I don't like how big these things are. So I'm going to cut more. I think it's going to be a lot cuter with more pieces that are smaller. So we're cutting these 2 huge ones into more pieces. Now I told you guys, this is not like some high dollar crafty look. This is why I said it'd probably be fun to do with kids. Because it's just a cute little fun thing. Okay, so now you start rolling these pieces back. And get this excess off. Add a little bit of extra paper there that I cut twice. We're going to roll these back and we tuck them under like this, and we use a glue gun to glue those down. So first of all, I'm just going to start rolling them so they start having some memory of being rolled up, and it'll be easier later on. But I am glad they're not coming apart. I was afraid that I hadn't used enough glue and that the paper was going to start coming apart from the inside. Yeah, Kristen, that's what I should have been doing. My tree is big. Oh no, I hope you can see my tree once I'm done with this. Hey, Tanya. We might not be able to see the whole tree, but we're going to hope we can see most of it. Am I? Okay, hold on. Yes. Yeah, Gail, I'm training him. Hey, Mylene. Welcome in. Boy, I really messed up some of this paper. So if you do this, let your paper dry before you start to try to rip on it or cut on it, because until the glue is dry, it wants to kind of rip the paper. The 3D images and creative fabric. Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that. I wonder if that's where people got the idea. Yeah, they have like a animal coming out or something. Okay, so in the end, it's going to look kind of like this. I know it's kind of childish looking, but it's going to look kind of like this. And I need to cut this down. I forgot that it was too long. Oh, what was that? You guys hear a thud? Oh, it's my husband in the garage, I think. Not that he went thud, but he's closing Jeep doors. Okay. How Tanya? It's been a mess. Okay, so eventually it's going to look like this and like this. And where'd my tree go? I lost my tree. There it is. And I think it was Vanetta that said glitter would look really cute on that. I am going to add some glitter. And then this tree is going to be down inside. Okay? This might be a little bit large for this project, but it is what we have. So we're keeping it. Now I'm going to grab my glue gun. Hey, Barb! I'm going to grab my glue gun so that I can glue these back the way they're supposed to be. Okay, I started to have a panic attack when I couldn't find it real quickly. And then when I started to have a panic attack because I couldn't find it real quickly, I just wanted to escape. But I'm back. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this out until I'm done gluing these back, because I could drop glue on this the way I do with glue. So we'll just put that back there. Uh-oh, Gail, I didn't see what's going on. Hope you're doing okay, though. Okay, so now what we're doing is we are waiting for this glue gun to heat up just a little bit. And I have my spare glue stick. This is just an El Cheapo that I got at Walmart several years ago, but I thought it was really, really cute. Whoops. And unless I'm doing a big project where I'm going to be using a ton of glue, I really prefer just to use a small glue gun like this. Let's make sure it's heating up. Yep. Okay, so when you glue these down, you're going to have this wrapped all the way. Use my right hand. You're going to have this wrapped all the way around like this. So if you put your glue on this tip right here, then you can turn it and glue it down. That's where the glue goes. So I think it's going to take holding that down just for, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds. Thanks, Mylene. Thanks, Shay Shay. I'm going to hold it down for a little bit just to make sure that it will stick down. Hopefully it doesn't pop up. It looks like it could, so let's just keep holding. Okay, so now I'm going to put the glue just on the tip of this one. And we're going to keep doing the same process. I got glue on my thing. Same process over and over and over. Thanks, Tonzel. Move it so you can see a little bit better. Okay. Hopefully that stays where it should. Now I can see the inside of my canvas frame. I'll show you what I mean in a minute, which makes me think that I'm having to roll my busted canvas back too far, or that I did roll it back too far. And I probably have to roll it back quite a ways because that tree is so big. So it's coming together, Bonetta. Thank you. So keep that in mind when you're picking your centerpiece. It's something. It's just some fun. Okay. We're getting there. Jesse, you have some designs like this? So by that, do you mean like busted canvases or this? Mine looks busted because I ripped my paper right here. Thank you. Yeah, maybe so, Kristen. Oh, for printing. Okay. Now, I'm not loving how those are so close together there, but I'll get better with time. I don't see myself doing this project a whole lot. All right, Eve. Take your time. Okay, I think we just have 3 more to go. And I'm out of glue stick in there. Yeah, Barb, that's what I think is. It's just a fun little seasonal thing. It is not meant to be some decoration that you're going to keep for years and years and years. Just a fun thing, and I really think it's probably would be really fun for kids. But they will need some help. Okay, I got all those down, and they feel like they have stayed down. So let me go ahead and unplug that and put it on something where it won't get on my carpet. And then we're ready to glue down this back piece. And then I got to figure out how to get the tree on top. So the back piece is going to go right here. And I feel like, here's what I was saying earlier. If I would have been thinking when I was painting, because my back piece doesn't cover the whole thing, I would have painted the green up all the way. But it's the back. It's not going to be seen, and I did get a little paint on the back. So that's what we're going to have is this. And as I heard a lady say that I watched, if she were to use her glue gun, it would probably, the glue would probably be dry by the time she got all the way around her paper. So we're going to try, I'm going to open a new thing of Mod Podge because that one is just nasty. We're just going to use Mod Podge. So is it this Tuesday that you leave? It probably is for, is it your brother's wedding, I think? Should you put the reel on first? Oh, probably the tree. Should I put the tree on first? I lose everything. Maybe, but to make sure I get where I want it inside there, I'm going to go ahead and wait. And then I want to add a little bit of glitter to it. So I am going to put glue. Let's see how much room I have to work with. So there's about an inch of space where it will make contact. So I'm just going to put some glue all the way around this thing. I'm not a good paper crafter. If you are, you're probably like, oh my gosh, Marilyn, what are you doing? But I wanted to try it. It looks super fun. Okay, got that done. And then, oh, hopefully it's in the right place. Be in the right place. Be in the right place. Let me lift it up and look. I can move it a little bit. It is not in the right place. Okay, so we're going to adjust this. And then, oh, you can see my glue in there. We're not going to worry about it. We're going to wipe some of that off. It's Mod Podge. It's going to dry relatively clear. Gosh. Mine's called Busted Canvas because it looks really busted. Oh, there are a lot of ideas, Barb. Were you Googling it beforehand or did you just start Googling it? Okay. So what you could do is you could put some clamps on that to make sure that it's going to stick down. That's probably what I should do. And actually, it is sticking. It is sticking. So I'm just going to leave it alone. Let's go ahead and put that under it. And now it's time to put my tree on. I don't like this one right here, but it's a little too late. My tree, my tree, my tree. I'm going to put some glitter on there, though, like Bonetta suggested. So let me grab that. I'll be able to just set it in there with the glitter on it. I'm not too concerned. I'm glad you suggested that, Bonetta, because I just hadn't thought about it, and that's a really great idea. Okay, I'm out of brushes in here, so we're just going to use our fingers. That's what we're going to do. Put way too much glue on. And then I want some type of paper under it because after I sprinkle the glitter on, I want to be able to put the glitter that falls off back in my glitter thing. So I'm just using a gold glitter. Ooh, that's so pretty. So when you guys do glitter, if you do glitter, do you smush it down now or do you just leave it there? Are you a smusher or are you patient? Let me know. Smusher or patient? Gail, that is so sad. Unbiased told me that in a text that when you Google Busted Canvas, this video comes up. And I don't even know what I'm doing. So that is really scary. Let's see. Glitter makes everything more fun. Patience. Tracy taps it. Mylene patient. Crafty Leo puts it on and shakes it right off. Rosalind waits. Kristen's patient. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think I've been patient enough. A little baby tap. A little baby burp. That's so pretty. Look at how beautiful that is. Well, it makes me wish I would have done it on the base and a tiny bit in there, but not going to do it. Good night, Carol. So Unbiased and Crafty Leo, what are you guys going to do? Are you sewing? Inquiring minds want to know. Okay, so you can just put your glitter back in there. And I'm loving this. Here's what I think that I should do. I think I should put glue dots. I'm not going to do this. I don't think. I think I should put, I have glue hanging from my finger. Glue dots on here. Just little dollops of glue. And put red ornaments on this. Oh, you're going to do the busted canvas. Awesome. Martha, it is beautiful, isn't it? And I know 755's in here somewhere. Okay, you guys think I should do that? I want to do that. I want to put little dots of glue on there and use red glitter to kind of go with the background. I think that'd be super cute. Okay, ornaments for the tree. We're going to do it. Yes, 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 yes for the ornaments. Rhinestones. Maria, I didn't even think about that. We're going to do glitter, though. We're going to stick with the glitter because I want this to be like a project that everybody who sees it can do. And not everybody has the rhinestones. But I love that idea. Love, love, love that idea. Marika, I don't know if you can see it, but my width sign back there, I have rhinestones around. Oh, you can't see it yet. I'll show you when it's bigger, but it has rhinestones around it. Our doorbell just rang. Who is here at 8 at night? Okay, so red. I like these little multi-packs where it's not too expensive and you can get a little bit of a whole lot of colors. Okay. So the fact that I'm going to be dropping glue on this is the scariest thing. Since I'm messy. I can hear my husband talking to somebody. Okay. And you guys, I think red's the best color to kind of go with the base of it. I think that's the best color. Pom-poms. That would be cute. Okay, so, okay. Gotta be careful and not be yapping too much. Because I'm just dripping them on here. I'm a little bit like very linear, so it's hard for me to be totally random. I think they would look best if they're kind of random. Ooh, that one's getting big. We're gonna have some big ornaments and some small ornaments. It has a bubble in it. Let's make this one a little bit bigger. Oh no, I'm gonna have a baby ornament right by a bigger ornament. Get off there. So in that case, I need to make another couple of mistakes. So it looks like it's not the only one that I screwed up. Okay. Oh, Marilyn. I didn't do a very good job with that. This red is really bright and pretty though. Shay, what are you ordering from Amazon? Or do you think that doorbell was Amazon? I mean, an Amazon order, not Amazon. Well, Amazon does deliver, right? But not where I live. Hey, Carrie Crafts. Having a great evening because this project is almost over, and that is the great part because it's my first time to do it and I didn't know how it would turn out. Okay, I need a bigger piece of paper to catch my glitter. I have that right there. So let's get that. Okay, I don't know if you guys have ever bought the printer paper at Dollar General. I used to buy it there a lot. Recently I bought it. It is paper thin, yes. It's like super, super, super thin. And in fact, one of my printers doesn't even like it. It is so thin. Shay, you need chalk paint. I understand. I love chalk paint. Okay. Hopefully I've waited long enough and I'm not going to mess these up. Cute! I got little twinsies ornaments up there. It turned out cute. Okay, I'm going to set this aside. I'll put it back after the live. Okay, so now it's time to place this down in our busted canvas. So it's going to look like this. And I have some excess glitter on there. Afterwards, I will like blow on it or sweep it with a paintbrush. I don't want to do that now because the rest of that glitter isn't dry yet, or the glue under it isn't dry yet. So if you can see, well, that just got most of it off. If you can see extra glitter, that'll come off later. Now, I'm not sure the best thing to use for this. I feel like the best thing to use to glue this in is a glue gun. Do you guys agree? Hey, Viola. Well, it says I'm late, but hello. Viola, at first when I saw it, I thought it said I'm lost, and I was going to say I'm kind of lost too. But glue gun, I feel like that would be the best thing because it is a piece of wood, so it's pretty heavy. Glue gun, glue gun. Okay, let's plug that thing back up. So as far as lives go, even though this is kind of a hot mess, do you guys like to have some lives where you're just trying out something new on the fly? Like, I don't know what I'm doing, but just try it. Because I feel like, you know, I gravitate toward rhinestones so much because I love them and because I know how to do them. I'm super comfortable with doing rhinestones now. So I kind of gravitate toward that. And then, okay, so you do. And then Patrice and I have been doing some different sewing projects, and I'm starting to really enjoy that. Eve led us through a embroidery project. I'm getting more comfortable with that, but I'm not comfortable yet. I don't know that I have adhesive glue dots is the only thing, Kristen. Oh, thanks, Dims. I feel like it's been a crazy life. And like I'm just rambling and rambling because I'm nervous, because I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm enjoying something, you know, trying something new. Okay, so I'm just going to put quite a bit of glue on this thing. But glue is something that does cool off quickly. So you gotta be kind of fast. Kind of speedy. Oh my. Whoa. Did you guys see that bright light? Come on. It's my ring light. It just went crazy. Let me fix that. Oh my goodness. God blinded me. Whew. It just did it all on its own. And actually, the size of this tree isn't too bad, but I do feel like I had to curl the paper back so far to get it to fit. And I'm going to show you why I don't like that here in a minute. Well, you can probably see. Okay, you see right down here, You can see that frame down in there. And it's not so bad at the bottom. Honestly, that's not so bad. The top is worse. And so if you had a smaller centerpiece, you wouldn't have to cut those as far back and you wouldn't have to curl them as far back. But this is the project for this evening. 7:55, I thought you said like pouches are next. It's like, I'm not doing anything else tonight. I'm done. Okay, let's. Thanks, Robin. Oh, Demps, thank you. You can envision all the steps. Okay, here it is. It's just a fun little cute thing. Something you can hang out for a year and get rid of it. Something you can do with your kids and treasure it forever. But there it is. I'm so glad we put the glitter on there. I love the glitter. And I think it would have been really boring, that green tree in there without that glitter. So, Banana, was that you that suggested it? Who suggested the glitter? Whoever it was, thank you. Yeah, nobody can see the wood straight on. I'm just so picky about my stuff. Like, I don't want to get on here and act like I know what I'm doing. And then somebody's like, oh, I see where the paper got ripped. And I see glue in there. And I see that frame because I didn't know what I was doing. I've watched, I think, 4 videos, maybe 5 videos. And I tried it. And it's cute. It's cute except for where I messed up that ornament. So here it is. Thank you guys for coming on tonight. Thanks for being patient with me. Thank you for being loving to each other and kind. Thanks, 7:55. Awesome, Shirley. Thanks, D. Smith. Thanks for Linda. Thanks, Gail. Thanks, Barb. Thanks, Yvonne. Thanks, Sandra. You have everything. That is the great thing about it is they're super inexpensive to make because you can get these at the Dollar Tree. Or you can get multi-packs of Michaels where each one is inexpensive. Paper, some little wood embellishment, if that's what you want to use. You don't have to use a wood embellishment. You saw mine said it was 99 cents. Glitter, glue, paint, stuff that most of us as crafters have. So it's fun, it's cute, and I enjoyed hanging out with you guys. Thank you so much. You could always glue some of the paper to the wood. Oh, that's true. Thanks, Dee. You have a great evening too. Banana, it was new. I don't know that I did a great job of teaching, but I showed it, and maybe I'll make a video. I'm not sure. I don't know that I'm qualified for that yet, but I might make a video of it. Oh, thanks, Mylene. All right, a cute photo holder. Yeah, Alice. So what I was talking about at the very beginning, one of the ideas I think would be super cute for this is either snap a picture of your child, your grandchild, or whatever on their first day of school, buy 3 pieces of paper that are school related, and I have a bunch over there I thought would be adorable, and make this and put their picture in it, their first day of school picture. Or because portraits, at least around here, we do school portraits really early in the school year. Or make one of these with your child or with your grandchild for their school portrait. Thanks, Dance. Thanks, Dee Dee. Thanks, Brenda. Okay, thank you guys so much for being here. I don't know if Patrice is coming on tomorrow night. If she does, I think she's going to be a little bit late. I'm not sure she will or not. If you are doing the bling box thing on Saturday, I'll see you there. I'm super excited about that. I don't remember if Willie, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right, I'm seeing an entire winter scene. That would be cute too. Now I did see where one lady, I think she put something like, down here, she didn't cut as far, and she put something about Christmas down here or over here. You could put some embellishments out here too, Or you could do different things like you're talking about for a whole winter scene. That would be super cute too. For Christmas, you could do the nativity scene if you wanted to in there. That would probably be pretty complex. But it's a craft that's easy. It's, well, relatively easy, inexpensive. You use basic supplies, and you could celebrate anything you want to in there. So, okay, so here's what I was getting ready to ask. And thank you again, Willie. Did Patrice say she and Delonda are coming on Sunday for So Good? I think she said Sunday, and it would be late afternoon, early evening before Eve comes on. And Eve comes on 8 Central. The one I saw was a Halloween one, and it was creepy. I think a Halloween one with a spider web and a spider in the middle could be cute. Sunday, okay. All right. Well, you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks again for being here. And I'll see you next time.